Okay, so let's just find some space. Sink down and lengthen and breathe. So yeah, it's got the internet. They've got a nice big, got a lovely big kitchen. They've got the outside bit's not quite as good, but they've got an outside bit if it gets very warm. And it's not too warm, we can go.
Yeah, you be the first time tea class to offer every day.
Yeah, Tai Chi and breakfast. Absolutely, yeah. And I think. And the actual hall's free. I asked the lady, but I thought I'd better find out from.
It's free.
No, well, it's free because there's nobody using it.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not free. It would be slightly more money than what these guys charge, but the problem is that they're a bit slow on sending me invoices.
Yeah.
That's another thing, and it's like with this person that's running the hall there, I get an invoice every single month.
Right.
And they do all the maths and the adding up, and rather than me chasing up and saying, excuse me, I'm sure I owe you money, but I've no idea how much.
It's very slow at the moment.
Yeah, and I'm just like, I'm going, yeah, it's just I can't really, because the problem is, forget great big bill, I've, you know, it's not very good yet. So I thought, no. I don't mind, a Monday evening here is quite good. It's very, very suitable, but
You get many of them for that?
not usually about 4 or 5.
That's it.
So I've got enough. I mean, I've got enough for it to warrant he could go, but I'm just feeling for this time of day, it might be just judging by the number of people I get actually from Reach, going to the Reach one on Wednesday.
Yeah.
I might end up getting a couple of extras on that one. It might help kind of.
How many of that Wednesday class do you?
You can get anything to sort of 10 people, and then between 2 and 5 people on Zoom, which is amazing, really. I mean, it's fantastic, and it's I think it could, yeah, I think it might work out a bit better. Well, we'll find out, because at least I'll get an invoice. I mean, probably what will happen is I'll get the invoices from Reach, and then at some point in the next year or two, I'll get an invoice from here, but it's just to sort of. It just also because we've got a few bank holidays and things coming up.
Yeah.
It's probably a good idea just to go, right, let's just move. Yeah. It's got a very, I mean, they've both got a very peaceful atmosphere, but I just like, you know, they've recently done the church up and it looks very, it's just quite nice. And I'm just trying it out just to see if by changing location, more people might turn on. So it's a sort of a bit of an experiment, really, but same time, same day. Next village. Next village again.
You're trying to running one in Burwell.
Yeah, no, there's one on the already on the west side. Yeah, the sports centre.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, there's 2 classes. There's the improvers class, which is 10 to 11, and then there's the beginners class, which is 11 till 12.
Okay.
And then I'll go to Reach 12:30, so I couldn't do it any earlier.
You try cheat out. Yeah.
Oh no, it's quite good actually. No, so then I'll have another class I teach at the care home. And then I go to my Tai Chi class that my teacher runs, and then I've got a private Tai Chi class to teach after that. So yeah, it's a pretty big day Wednesday, I think. It. So you're sinking your hips. And relax, relax your hands. Relax your hands, relax the wrists, relax the fingers and thumbs. Lengthen through the spine. Deep breathing some more. Soften the knees, feel the ground under the feet. And just open the arms. Okay. A bit of a bounce. And then circle one. So do a little warm up to, we'll look at some of the silk breathing exercises. 1, 5, 6, 7, 8. Posture check. Other direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Check your posture. Bird folds its wings. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. Hands on the hips. Very slow, gentle circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice, relax. Polishing the table, so you very gently turn. You sink your hips back the hands go in the opposite direction as the hip swing, and then you return to where you start, and then you do it the other side. 2. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. And 8. Hang waves its wings. Yes, go forward, up for the rotation around the shoulder and back. Down.
Should you be looking at your hands or straight ahead?
I'm just moving with my waist, so I'm looking straight ahead, but my waist is turning.
Oh, I see, yes. So
Yeah, because then that means the shoulder get round.
You got the-
waist.
your hand is sort of in the corner of your arm area.
I'm looking forward.
Yeah,
I'm gonna turn my waist. I'm keeping I'm keeping lined up
yeah,
through my head, so I'm not. Yeah, I'm looking forward, but I'm turning my body.
yeah.
So, yeah. Yeah, I'm not independently turning my head around.
No.
But it's not rigid. There might be a little bit of turn. Yeah, I might talked about this in last Wednesday's class, because someone asked him, "Oh, what's the head doing?" You want it to be kind of relatively not moving a lot, but not moving loads on its yeah. So when my head's moving with my body movement.
Yes.
Yeah, that's as far as I've got so far. That's good, but that's a good question, because when you first start, you've got like these rules, but then once you've been going on a bit longer, it's more like guidelines, and it's more.
Yeah, it's different doing that one, for example.
Yeah.
I like to be thinking of my fingertips as I go around.
Yeah, that's
You
right.
know?
Yeah, you want to focus. That's a good point. You want to
Yeah.
focus on the feeling right to the fingertips. And when you're doing this, it's almost like the fingertips are leading the movement. And then when you've got
Yeah.
the fingertips here, then when you rotate the shoulder, you can feel the shoulder rotate, but you also want to feel how that affects your tips of your fingers. Yeah, because that kind of gives you your feedback as to where is your arm in the right place. It's kind of to do with that. And then what I'm doing, I'm relaxing around here, but it's like, when with the head, when you're doing this movement, I'm not doing like that, but I'm doing that, and there might be a little bit of an extra turn of the head depending on how I work. So you can do it like this, where you keep the head completely still, and then what that does, that gives you a bit of a massage. But the other way of doing this movement is that you turn with it. So there's actually, it depends on, you can do it that way, or you can do it that way, keeping the head still. I prefer that one at the moment, but there's nothing wrong with the other. So it's just, you can have slightly different ways of looking at stuff. But yeah, the fingertips thing is quite useful. Because what you can do in this art is you can end up forgetting your feet and end up forgetting your hands a bit, or forgetting, you know, and it's getting this, cultivating this sense of body awareness. So feeling what you can feel, noticing what your body's doing. And
Yeah,
then,
I like to be aware of
Yeah.
it's.
yeah,
I sort of, this is very nice to him. I'm thinking of my fingertips, for example.
yeah,
but then I have a tendency to want to close my eyes.
Yeah.
I know it's all over the place, that's why, so. I know, I can't close my eyes and,
Oh,
do anything.
is it totally, yeah,
Yeah.
you're, I mean, you could, if you've got, if you're practicing at home and you want to close your eyes, have a wall behind you.
Yes, yeah,
And then you can just do it against the wall with your eyes closed, and then you're not
Yes.
worried about falling over. I mean, one thing that Etta does is that she'll get us to do the balance exercises. And then she'll go, right, now try the balance exercise with your eyes shut. And then you wobble all over the place,
Yeah.
but it does help improve your balance once
Yes.
you get over the terror. You know, it's quite good. So, yeah, but you can do it, if you do the Tai Chi with your eyes shut, that's one way of really feeling what's going on, but then it's something, but you wouldn't do it like that all the time, because
Yeah.
actually it's useful to have your eyes open, because then you can notice your environment. And also because it's a martial art,
Yeah.
not that we practice it. I mean, in advanced lessons, you can do, you can do applications and do like self-defense type stuff and practice things. And
Yes.
to access all your senses.
Yeah.
But I do know some people who are either visually impaired or complete sight loss.
Yeah.
Completely, sight loss. And they, one of them was a Tai Chi teacher actually, so she'd have someone helping, but she was taught Tai Chi, and she became an instructor, but couldn't see, completely, no vision. So they learned it all through kinesthetic stuff and verbal instructions, and someone physically, luckily they had a lot of senior students, and the senior student come and basically help guide the arms and things in the right place, and they managed it. So my friend's up north, and she's an instructor in her own right now. It's very, very interesting. Very interesting. So it is useful to be able to open your eyes, but you can close your eyes. Like sometimes when we do the standing, everyone will get us to close our eyes because that's the standing postures. It's more like you use things to practice a certain thing, but not get too stuck on any one particular way. I think that's where it seems to be at the moment. So so we've done that one. Let's do a little bit of neck stuff. So that's always good. You just turn your head very slowly to 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then
You had your eyes shut then.
Actually, it's
Have that fun sometimes.
goes.
Yeah.
It's just, what? I think it's to do with like listening to your body and noticing what it feels like doing. Really. 5, 6, 7, 8. So I always do the neck after I've done the shoulders. That was on advice from Simon Hanna, who's very, very good clinical exercise specialist, and he was saying if you wanna really loosen the neck off, always do the arms and shoulders first, and then it's much easier. So I'm just following his advice, and it works really well. So now what we do is we just get the ear to the shoulder. So you go 1, 2. You want to keep your shoulders down. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Okay, let's try for fun. Let's try that arm one. I'll turn round. So it's like this, there's one, then you turn to the corner and you go vertical. Two. Then you turn to the side, you go horizontal. Three. Then you turn to the corner, you go vertical. Four. You turn to the front. Five. One. Two. Three. Four. One. Two. Three. Four. One. Two. Three. Four. One. Two. So I'll sink my hips. Three. Four. One. Two. Three. And then eventually it kind of. Quite tricky, isn't it?
Yes.
And then relax, and then you can go in the other direction as well. So in the other direction, yeah. Go like that. So that's in the other direction. It's really good for the brain. But eventually you're supposed to do it very fast. And it's like watching windmills, but it's quite a good brain exercise as well. Okay, let's go. So I was not impressed by our first day of summer yesterday. No. It was a complete washout, wasn't it? It's horrible. So luckily I was not playing at Trippo Daffodil Festival that day. I was indoors. So I was there on Saturday when it was actually quite sunny. Very nice. Daffodil was lovely. Very nice. And then here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Up, down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8. And then 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Other way. 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. Big one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're just loosening and just getting your joints comfortable and mobile. Comfortable and mobile. Actually, we'll do Ever's wiggle. He does this funny wiggle thing. I haven't quite got it, but it's really nice. It feels really good. It just looks a bit silly, but it's very, very nice. And you just do this kind of wiggle thing. It could be, yeah. I was doing a dance thing with my friend. I've got a friend that we try and meet up every couple of weeks, just do an exercise thing together, and then we go, and then we'll eat something and then have some dessert. And we're doing fitness things. And she's got this video. They do this. It's not quite. It's sort of along the same lines as someone thing, where they do put really good music on, and then do vaguely fitness based, but mostly dancing around and moving to the basically having a disco, but going lower than you normally would, just to kind of get a bit of exercise, a bit of a cop out. It's just nice dancing. So we tried that. It's hilarious results actually. But there was a lot of kind of this wiggly stuff they were doing, and with the hands, and it was all very. It was great. I loved it. I thought it was brilliant. But I'm not sure. It wasn't like when I go to the aerobics Keep Fit and we're doing all these things, and you can see, you can really feel it, and you get, you get exhausted. Whereas at the end of this, we were just giggling. So it was great. But yeah, it's this connection through, I mean, they're all moving in a very connected way. I think they all must have been professional dancers or fitness instructors. They all moved really, really well. And that was good. And it was very smooth, because the thing is with the joint movement, what you want to do is you want to cultivate smooth, coordinated movements through the joints. So it's all like this is the January pole dance. So you do some movements, and then however it comes out is what you do. And it's kind of make up as you go along, but it's
that's flashy anyway, isn't it?
yeah, but you're trying to, so like the joints, what I'm noticing more is that being able to move well in all your joints and connecting is really important. So again, I'll ask Karel about it. He's always pestering biomechanics professors and things and asking them annoying questions quite a bit. And but there's quite a lot. The kind of being really relaxed and very calm, but actually by moving correctly, that also seems to access these very calm, peaceful deep sort of peaceful sensations in the body. Mike was talking about that on Wednesday, just by But then at the same time, you don't want to get too hung up on getting it correct, because then you tense, and you want to be kind of you want to be relaxed, but you want a little bit of a presence. It's an intentional relaxation. We don't have the right words in English, because they use the correct words in Chinese for these things, like the thing called sun, but there's no actual adequate translation of what they're talking. It's this kind of relaxed and openness, but sharpness, and like when you get a cat and it's asleep, but its ears are twitching because it knows there's a little mouse somewhere, and it's having that. Yeah,
I don't agree with it. You've got to be relaxed, yes, but you've got to be with it as well.
With it,
yeah.
relaxed with it, yeah, that'll do.
Yeah.
That'll do. That's
Right.
Yeah. So that's what we're doing. We're being relaxed with it.
Yes.
Yeah. So just feel the feet, really feel the feet, and then we'll do that. No, did that one. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do that. Have a look at some silk, and then the other way. Over and under. Shake. So yeah, those bouncing movements are quite useful. And then hands on the this one. And we've got the spinal wave, 2, spinal wave, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And so in Rich last week, we were looking at step back and circle arms, because it's a really good balance improving exercise. So we're going to have a little look at that as well here. Okay. Check your posture. Breathing in. Feel the ground under the feet. Relax around. Relax around the jaw. So we just go back to this one, just to feel that turning of the waist. So show you that from the back view. Show it from the back view. Keep breathing. So are you having issues with them not sending voices as well there? Are you having issues with them not sending you voices as well?
Well, I sort of that was a rather government part.
Yeah.
Still had the invoice, but it doesn't matter because I don't have to pay it until November.
Okay, all right. So what's just me? Okay.
Yes, there's a like group, so they're right, but the biggest upset was the problem with the chairs and the tables, where
there was misunderstanding about whether to leave them out or put them away. And then
Yeah.
finally, put them away or find it,
Yeah. It's about being clear, I think, is
Yeah,
the
yeah.
tip, so. But yeah, I mean, that's not the sole reason, also because there seems to be potentially people in reach that can't really leave the town, but would like to go to the Tai Chi
Yeah,
classes,
sure.
like that, so we'll just give it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, we can always move back, so I'm very open to. Right, so now what we're going to do, we're going to go like, yeah, actually, we'll start with the flying birds, just so we know it. Go down. We're just doing a bit of silk. So, fingers forward, arm out, down. Fingers forward. Fingers forward, come out, I'll show you that in the right. Come on, arm out here, my fingers forward, that's it. Stick the hips, stick the shoulders, shoulders are down. There we go, we're breathing. That's it. Then pushing away the mountain. I just love that name, isn't that great? Makes you feel really strong already. You push away the mountain. I mean, that's how good our posture is. Don't think so, but it's a nice thought. I think they're being a bit allegorical, whatever what they call it, symbolical.
Yeah.
Something like that. It's very well. It's the thing is with the Chinese language, it does lend itself because it's quite visual and they use sort of pictures to describe things. It's quite poetic, I think. Try this one. So you come up, sides. So this is one I did with Eva and come down through the middle. It comes around the hips, up. Down. So this is a massive version of something that I'll show you later. Yeah, a lot of the Tai Chi, I've been watching Grandmaster Chen Shao Wang on YouTube. Just some quite old videos. I think he's probably semi-retired now. I think he's moved back to Chen Village, and he used to be the equivalent of a Tai Chi world rock star because he'd go around all different countries teaching Tai Chi, and he moved amazingly well. Really good mover. And we'll do one more.
This is the one you showed us last week.
Yeah. Really, really like just stunning, really.
Yeah.
Because I trained with him once, and it was twice actually, no, twice, and it was like, yeah, it was something else. But he used to go around the whole world teaching Tai Chi, and one thing when he's moving, he's very connected the way all, and it's very flowing, connected. And I think there's something to do with the, like, you know, it's like all his joints must have lots of nice oil in or something. You know, it's very Yeah, it's all over YouTube, so do check them out. It's very good, very good, really lovely movement. And his uncle moves very well too, when Grandmaster Chen Xinglei. So there's this one, this is the smaller version. And there's a little bit of the kind of spinal thing going on. So you actually stick it on your leg. I'll come a bit closer for those people watching later at home. But it's like this. Come in, and I'm actually physically sticking my hands to my, and that's my hip joint. It's hard to see because I'm still not quite brave enough this year to get the shorts out yet. And normally it's a little bit cold for shorts, so I'm just doing my trousers. And then we're like that. And then try it the other way around. So that's the smaller version of what we were doing earlier. And you're practicing a thing, it's like a vertical circle, and there's definitely stuff happening, movement happening in the spine. We're getting this first because of the step back and circle arms. So really, okay. Done that. Let's stay with this sort of stance. So then we've got this one where you turn, you open, you turn. So yeah, the lunchtime class at Reach is quite good for people that have got a job somewhere. They'll either do it on Zoom with their work colleagues and come and join in, or they'll just pop in, go to class and then go back to work. It's quite a good little time on Wednesday. It's nice. But it's all this stuff that we're doing here. We all do the same. It's the same syllabus. So I'm teaching Chen just for so some classes, my Thursday class in Ely, and my Wednesday class in Burwell. And then a Zoom, a Monday night here, and on Zoom on a Friday. That's all the Yang Style 24 step. And then I've got a couple of Chen classes, which is like Monday morning here, Wednesday afternoon at Reach.
What's the difference between the different styles?
Well, the principles are the same. It just depends what tune you're learning, really. The tune's different. Yeah.
What's different?
The tune that you're learning.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
of course. So the set of movements in the Chen is much older and longer, and it takes about half an hour, whereas the one that we're doing in the Yang style, it's more the modern one, so it's the 24 step, which only takes 7 minutes, and is less complicated. So I think, yeah. Okay, so now what we're doing is, because we were doing that the windmills, confused windmills. We'll carry on with that one, just as it's so. It's not now, but I mean we'll
Yeah.
do it. I think it's because it really does work. Lots of things, and I can't do it as fast as the person. I basically saw it on the internet, and I thought, wow, amazing exercise! I must learn it. And I'm finding it I can feel it when I practice it, I can feel it doing really good things for my spine, I can feel it doing really good things for my shoulders and also for my brain, because there's a bit of coordination involved, which is quite tricky, but it's similar. Got it, isn't it? Once you've got it, you can just whiz round and round and round. It feels wonderful. So we'll because we'll get perseverance and hopefully be able to really access this lovely mood. But so for this one, let's stop. Because we're doing this, that's where that comes in, and then you put it to your cheek, And then this comes down, and then this comes across like that. So it's, those Vidian style would be, it's got similarities to Step Back and Repulse the Monkey, but this is called circling the arms. And then you go forward like that. Like you're smoothing, you go from the diagonal, it's like you're smoothing out something. Goes 1, 2. Now, when I did it with Eva, she actually, for the beginning, physically touches your cheek. 3, 4. But that's not how you do it in your, like, when you're doing it fully, but it can be a way and just touch the cheek. So it. Yeah, it's tricky, isn't it? So I'll turn around. So we start like this. So palm, right palm forward, left palm behind, palms up, palms up. Then you bring your left hand to the left cheek. Now, rotate the front palm so it's facing down, and then pull and push. Then turn. Bring the hand into the cheek. Pull and push. Turn. Bring the hand to the cheek. Pull and push. And then sink the shoulders. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, and sink down. 3. So those of you watching on YouTube later, that is the sound, the lovely sound pneumatic drill.
It's not a woodpecker, is it?
It's not a woodpecker. If it was a woodpecker, I'd be terrified. It'd be massive. Yeah. 1, rotate. 2, 3. Okay. 1. Arms forward, arms back. Forward, back. 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. And then, so we were doing these exercises. Then away into this one, which I can't do yet, but that's like that. And then like that. I will take it to Emma and say, look, am I actually doing it? It's in there somewhere, I know that. And then it comes up through the middle, and then you push and pull. It's up in the middle. Push. Then go back to the first way. So we go 1, 2, 3, 4, do 6, 5, 6, and then we go 1, 2, 3. So you can feel it doing useful things for the spine. 5, 6, and then we'll go back to the first one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then that tricky one. 1. The other thing that they said to Magic Pack, coughing up a fur ball, if that helps. Well, I don't really want to. 3, 4, 5, 6. No, that doesn't help. But that's and those two exercise combined for this sequence in the form that's actually after the first section of the long form. So the long form that we're learning is about 350 years old. I think at least it's, but they've definitely got written records of pictures and descriptions in Chinese. So yeah, they'll be derived from, because it's a bit like they'd have been derived from things much older. It's sort of fusic. You get like these modern tunes. I was listening, there was a cellist, I was listening to a cellist playing, it was like a very modern classical thing. It's quite, I quite like, it was a bit sort of pain sound. I've noticed that, is that some modern, like, I like the ones that they kind of look down on, that I now do with people like that. It's modern, but it's very nice and peaceful to listen to, you know, it's very good. But that would have been on the top of all these thousands and thousands and thousands of years of people playing music for, you know, millennia. So it's that kind of idea with these moving arts. They've all come from a long time ago. So the Chen, that's from about 350 years ago. The Yang Soul 24 steps, relatively modern, that it was made in the 1950s.
What does it mean by 24 steps?
Well, they just say it's 24 step, and the
It says it's like 24 different steps.
no, they just call it 24 step. It doesn't.
Doesn't mean anything.
I'm not sure. People give me different things, so I just say this is the name. It's like this is the name of that tune is. And that takes about 7 minutes, and it was devised in the 1950s as an acceptable form of exercise, but I'm realising how unhealthy everybody was. Right, make them all do this. Whereas the older forms are a lot more, they're a bit more to it. So you get the long forms, slow form, and then they have a fast form at the end. Which I've sort of learned to a not great extent, but I've learned it. So the moves that we were just practicing with this happens in the movement in the Chen Laoja called step back and circle on. So you start with fist over elbow, or fist under elbow, and then it goes like this, one, two. So what we've just done, but we're stepping backwards. So you turn and step, like you're smoothing something out, and then you move back. And then it goes like this, and then it goes to the next movement. What happens after it? So this is later on in the. This is later on in the. That's later on in the form, but that stepping backwards thing, very, very good for cultivating balance. So what we're going to do, we'll do a little bit more silk breathing, but we're going to have a go at this move after T break. So we're going to be doing this. Oh, sorry. 1, 3. Oh, then it's smoother. When you're doing it the square form with all the corners in, starts there, then it sinks back. And then you either move backwards 3, 5, or 7 times. Depending on. So we'll give that a go. Let's go into this movement, and then we'll just do the basic silk reading 1 and 2. So there is a tutorial. So have your right palm out, right palm out, that's it. And then you turn your waist, then the hand's little finger comes down. Then you transfer the weight, hand comes across, then you turn the waist. So you lead with the thumb as you go across. You turn the waist, it comes down. Come in. That's much better, everyone. You want to sink your hips, sink the shoulders. So, I mean, what would be great is to be able to get through the whole of the Chen Laoja here. And then what I'll do is I'll have to learn the fast form, the cannon fists, as most people are quite happy just doing the slow form, because that takes ages to learn and then half an hour to do. You can do it in 15 minutes as well. When I do it with my teacher, we'll do it in half an hour, just to kind of give us time to get really luxuriate in each move. But you can do a fast version, you do it in 15 minutes, but it just feels a bit fast. Fast, but it's nice. So we're just watching the alignment of the knees. We're breathing, but I love the silk reading exercises. I just really like them. They're very soothing. They're kind of soothing and very nice to do. And there's this rhythm in them that I just find it very pleasing to do. Feel better at the end. So just try that the other side. So we start with the palm out, and you want to feel the palm, relax the wrist. So that sensation in the fingertips. You also want to see if you can feel this nice open palm, and then nice and tall. And then you turn. This turns down, and then you come across. So you transfer or you turn, and that's when the hand comes up or down. You transfer. And again, if you want to see this done well, go check out any of the big, they're called the Chen Tigers. The Chen Tigers, there was 5 great big grandmasters of Chen style, and they all move different, and they've got their own take on it, and they all look amazing. It's just beautiful to see. You know, just from this one village, there's all these variations. It gets a bit confusing, but keep breathing. Marvelous. So what we'll do for the next bit is we'll do the feet on their own, and we'll do the arms on their own, and then we'll put them together, and hopefully we'll get this beautiful, harmonious, well-oiled machine-like beauty when we do it. That's the plan anyway. Okay, let's try number 2. So that starts down there, and you're in your, I'm mirroring, so you're in your right leg, you've got your right hand forward, you turn the waist, the right hand comes with the palm up, then you shift the weight across and it brings the arm across, then you turn the waist, it comes down, you shift, you turn, shift, you turn. Now I'm just going to monitor, I'm going to put, you can either put your hand on your leg, top of the leg to monitor the opening and closing of the hip. We can put your hand here, so you can feel the dantian moving, you can feel your middle moving, see what that, you know, that's doing. Yeah, he's Mike's now, before we were only doing an hour and a half for the more advanced class, but he's now opened the hour and a half up to new people on a Wednesday night, which means he's had an extra half hour for his more advanced students. So we've now got a 2-hour class again, and it's really good actually. So I used to teach 2-hour classes, and I used to go to, actually it used to be a 4-hour class, Mike's class, so it was like a seminar every week. It was fantastic, but you know, we just get busy lives. But
Where's that?
that's at the Litchfield Road Centre in Cambridge, and there he's doing, it's mainly Yang 24 step, but it's all, I mean, it doesn't really matter what you're learning, it's the principles really. It's the principles, and the principles are the same. Whatever style I'm teaching, I'm doing the same stuff really. Even in my Tai Chi fitness class, where we do stretching, punching, rolling, lots of stretching, quite nice. I mean, you might, if you've got nothing better to do on a Friday morning, fancy, it's a more intense, you really get a good cardio workout as well, but not too much, we're still keeping it, it's very good fun, people really like it. Yeah, I'll give you one of my flyers, because I'm gonna have to change the flyers again, then okay, then, oh, we sneak this in, so arms, so good, there we go.
You could paint a good abstract or some of these.
Yeah, you can do it.
I've got things to well, right.
You could do a Tai Chi painting, right?
Yes, I'm sure the same.
Painting.
Well,
Well, totally. I would be there, you get a big canvas
you have to
and
really.
and you do all this. I'd be very interested. I might even buy that. Let's go in the other direction.
Yes.
That way. I've lost directions there. We go that way now, okay. I've completely lost the plot. What a good idea. Yes. Well,
It would have to be a very big, painting with it.
oh, that's fantastic.
Yes.
So, yeah, I mean, Grandmaster Chen Shao Wang, he's a calligrapher. He's a master calligrapher.
Yeah.
And I'm sure it's because of all the silk reading he does. That's why he can paint such beautiful circles. There was a calligraphy he did, and it selling it for quite a lot of money, but someone did buy it. And it just looked amazing. He just hand drew calligraphy, or whatever you call it, calligraphized it.
What Chinese characters?
Chinese, and it was just a circle, and it was the most amazing thing. It just looked amazing because he just drew it. It wasn't, he didn't use a protractor or nothing. It was just because of his Tai Chi practice that he could draw. Yeah, it's amazing. So you can do this actually drawing. So you can get, yeah, or you can get a paintbrush and just draw,
Yeah.
you know, do your drawing. Well, my friend Gwendolyn, she's an artist,
Yeah.
and she uses pastels, but because she's been watching my Tai Chi, she kind of makes her own, she practices the movements she makes with pastels. And you know, it's really lovely. So I'll give it a go. I mean, I'm sure I wouldn't get too weirded out in your art class if you.
I can't do the present one because we haven't got these space, you know.
Oh, you can do little mini movements.
Yeah.
It's music. It's music. Oh, it'd be amazing.
Yes.
I'm sure you could paint something lovely.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
get the movement, because there's a lot of the circular movements. One of my friends, he's a Tai Chi teacher, actually miles better than he's been to China and did all the, 10 hours a day training with the master things. So you get pretty good, even if you were dreadful before. And he's an artist, and his pictures, he draws these very strange birds that aren't like real life birds, but you can tell it's a bird. But because of the Tai Chi, they've got these lovely curves. All these paintings, very lovely curves all through the paintings, and colours and bits. Quite, yeah. So yeah, take up Tai Chi. Now that would be interesting. Tai Chi painting. We could just. We could start a craze, couldn't we? Tai Chi painting.
Oh, yes.
Mm.
We could start off with these walls.
Then I'll definitely.
They will be.
Okay, let's just suppose this bit. But before that, let's just give this one a go, just to remind ourselves again. So bring the hands to the cheek and then push and pull. Think as open the palm, so you've got this lovely open feeling. 1, 2, 3. Don't worry if you're doing a variation, that's fine. I mean, it's just. Yeah, if anyone's interested in Mike's class, they're teaching 24 step. It's very, very good. It's a very good class. See? Okay, then we'll just do this. Just breathe in. Yeah, it's definitely getting near tea time. We'll have a short break and then we'll look at this step back and circle arms thing just because I really like to be able to get beyond the first 15, but we'll go back to learning the first 15, and that's just part of it. Yeah, so we're pausing for tea. Pause for tea. Yeah, so watching on YouTube, we were just having a look at the video of Grandmaster Chan Shao Wang as well as Silk Suits on the internet. And so the bit that we're doing, I'll just show you from here. So it's this under elbow, because you put your fist under the elbow. So you go to this under elbow and you're in cat stance, left cat stance, and then the footwork. Actually, I'll do the full thing, and then what we're going to do, we're going to break it down into bits. So I'm going to do the full thing. So you turn like that, like what we were practicing earlier. Now, I actually touch my cheek for when I'm learning it. You wouldn't touch his cheek when you're doing it in real life. And then you put your feet parallel, and you have your weight forward, then you sink your weight back and turn, raise a heel. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. On 5, you stay forward, you turn. And then you go into white crane. So we're going to give that back. We're going to try it out. We're going to try it out full with the hands and the feet together, just to see what it feels like doing it, without worrying about too much about whether we're doing it right. I'm gonna open this again to let a bit more light in. It was a bit. I had to close it because I'm looking at the TV screen and not getting that light's quite bright, isn't it? It's lovely, isn't it? It feels like it should be warmer than this, though. I don't know. It's supposed to be in the summer. Got washed out yesterday. So we're going to fist under elbow, and we're in left cat stance. Left cat stance, fist under elbow. Now we turn, both palms are up, palm up. Now turn to the front, bring the hand to the cheek. Now we step back and out, toe heel, palms down, then transfer the weight back, not too far. Then raise the heel, turn the waist, bring the hand in, step back, and then pull. So eventually, you do it all in a smooth motion. 3, now I've got to be able to count to 5. Hang on. 4. I'll forget this wrong. And then 5. Now you stay forward. Now you do a little turn like this. And you hold the ball. Cat stance. Then you step back with your right foot, go into left cat stance, and then white crane. So white crane is slightly different in Chen style. It's sort of more like that. White crane spreading wings. So let's just look at the feet. Let's just look at the feet. But we'll do we want to do the whole thing again? Should we do the whole thing? Right. So let me do the 3 times thing. We'll do the 3 times thing. So And I'm really confused. That looks wrong, isn't it? Yeah.
Sure.
Right, okay, that always confuses me. All right, what is the actual time?
12:06.
Oh, oops, all right, we'll do it 3 more times and we'll look at it again next week because we've actually learned time. We've watched video. Never mind. So let's start from here. Is that speed all right for you? Great, great, yeah, I didn't want to rush it, I mean, when we watched him on the video, he done it much faster than this, and it looked amazing. Grandmaster Chen Xiaowang in his beautiful white suit, and he done it, and it was like, yeah, so we're emulating that, but much slower. Okay. We'll get a blue, we should just get a blue suit, we can order them, and there's a one-off, just see what it's like. Be fun. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, step. Spread out, like spreading out the tablecloth, then you sink back. And I will study the video again over the weekend. Keep breathing. 3, 4. So this works your balance because you're stepping backwards. It's brilliant for working balance. And 5. Sorry, wait a minute. We did that actually in Burwell last Wednesday. We were doing a move, and then there was one of the ladies was helping out in the kitchen. I said, "I waved for some time, we can wave that." I think we're doing that one. And we went, "Oh, it's really fun. It's really fun." But right, let's do some meth here. No, they still want that ginormous cobweb, haven't they? So let's do that again. So third time up here we go, then we better stop. 1. Oops. And when Emma does it, her feet are completely parallel. Mine don't really go parallel, but you can 2, 3, 4. And then 5, you stay in the front foot, stay in the front foot, stay in the front foot, hold ball. And now cat stance with the right foot, and you step back, go to cat stance with the left foot. Between white crane, spread the tweets. Right, let's come around in a circle. That was good, wasn't it? So we've done that 3 times, and then what we'll do is we'll do that bit. So what I'm trying to do with the Chen Lao, and then I will be learning Sinja as well this year. I missed the first one, but I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna phone up Heather actually and say, look, I mean, if I have to, I'll do a private class with. But the Chen Sinja is really good. But we're doing the Lauja first, and we'll just look at little sections and little bits, and then put them all together, and it'll be beautiful. It'll be really good. So let's. I'll just start here. Sink down. We'll just go back to that one. So you should feel like the good thing about the silk reading is it just very gently kind of loosens you up as well. And it just felt, I love it, but yeah, you've got me thinking now. I mean, I could order it because I might be able to get an instructor's discount. We want to get. Would look nice in blue, wouldn't we? Yeah. They've got a pink one as well, but probably won't. I'd love a pink suit, but that might be a bit too much. So, but yeah, my friend Alan with his red silk red suit with dragons, 3 dragons looking very fierce. Like, wonderful. he got so much work doing time, just turning up with his briefcase, he's had a briefcase, he's got his son bought him a briefcase.
Yeah.
And this amazing suit. It's just- And he wasn't, I mean, he was ginger as well, he's ginger with a big red face, so it kind of must have been quite a sight. Okay, let's do triple heater, so like this, breathe in, breathe out. Yeah, sorry we overran it, I just got very enthused by Grandmaster Chen Zhao. He's wonderful. I'll do it from the front actually, but. So yeah, all these classes are on the Grey Heron YouTube channel, like and subscribe. We've almost got 100 subscribers now. We only need 4 more and we've got 100.
Okay.
So do please subscribe. Yeah. Oh, have you, yeah, I've not put the tutorials, right, it's fun, isn't it? There's all sorts in there. And one more time.
Just over Grey Heron, Tai
Grey
Chi.
Grey Heron Internal Arts or Grey Heron Tai Chi
Yeah,
on YouTube, you'll find it. And it's all the classes that we teach, plus tutorials. I think he tried to do a tutorials only channel, but couldn't get it to work, so embrace the tiger return to it. I'm really pleased with how this is going. We just
good.
it's trying to get that, trying to do the next thing, but also being relaxed about it. And yeah, it's getting the balance. Getting the balance. Okay, let's look super young today for the yeah. At least it's more sunny, which is more like, isn't it? Do that. And then, yeah, from June we'll be in reach, but we'll just do it as an experiment, because I'm just trying to think of ways to attract more people, and I think maybe if I move that might be one of them, but I don't know until I might end up with less, so. You know, and then proper no back, I don't know, but it's always worth trying these things. I'll keep them on one day evening here, because that's more like what I do on a Friday, we do a little bit more warmth in that class. And stretching and stuff, and do some stretching. Okay, here we go. But the 2 forms I practice is the Chen Lao Jia and the Beijing 24 step, which is baby yang, which is yang style based. So they're the 2 I teach. Yeah. There we go. And now feel the feet, really feel the feet, feel your, and then just, yeah, the fingertips. So that, it's nice if you can feel it right to the fingertips, it feels good, doesn't it? It feels really good. Can make a fist of the right hand, left hand, over the front, please go and back. Ooh, well done. Brilliant. Okay, I'll stop the, hopefully that's recorded. Cool, well done, enjoy.